G'day and welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Last time round, Gobbet had run back to the sinking ship, the place she used to stay, and it was not in a great shape. Your comlink chirps, and Kindly Cheng's rusty voice slides through the speaker. You can hear the sounds of mahjong players laughing in the background.
It's Auntie Cheng, dear.
You've been gone a while, Auntie. I wondered when you'd be coming back.
I'm here now, and I have a little present for you.
She sounds like a big cat sitting triumphant on a carcass of a wildebeest.
I have a lead on the location of the plastic-faced man, the man we saw in the surveillance footage meeting Raymond Black at the tea house on the docks.
Where is he?
Not on the comm. Come see me and we'll talk.
Okay. Hey! Yes! We've now hit a critical point in the game. We've hit 3 action points. What that means is, in combat, we now can do really dumb things. The difference between 2 action points and 3 is really significant, both tactically and just because this game does not do turn-ending moves like most 2 action point games. Like, this is a pretty major new thing for us to have unlocked. Okay. Well, I guess we should go and chat with Kindly Cheng. I think that'll give us our next, major mission. But it doesn't look like it is a rush over there thing. So I guess we go back to the ship? No, we'll go hear her out. And then we'll do whatever, our normal kind of cooldown thing. Because everyone's here, yeah, of course. Kindly Cheng is in the midst of emptying 2 shopping bags when you enter. She places the contents in a pile on her mahjong table. 2 liquor bottles without labels, a box of her thin black cigars, an assortment of individually wrapped gourmet chocolates, and a large caliber pistol with electrical tape wrapped around its grip.
Ah, good, you're here. It seems like forever since we last saw each other.
Forever, Auntie? You haven't been gone that long.
No, I haven't. It was just something Nightjar used to say to me every time he saw me. While I was away, I met with several contacts within my network who referred me to others in neighboring cities. Regardless how far technology moves forward, tradition demands some things be handled face to face. I have information that will lead you to the man who killed Raymond Black. There is no Raymond Black. Oh, excellent. While you were gone, we uncovered a relationship between Josephine Tsang and Raymond Black. And did you? What was it you uncovered?
The man who raised this isn't Raymond Black. It's Edward Tsang, the son of Josephine Tsang.
You were raised by Josephine's son? That explains where Edward went when he disappeared years ago. Seattle.
Any idea why?
No, just that he went missing after Josephine completed rebuilding the walled city. That was in the early 30s. You realize what this means, don't you, my sweet? That inbred little goat whore was cold enough to have her own son executed.
Even more reason to find out the plastic-faced man. What have you found out?
Everything you need to move forward. I know the identity of the plastic-faced man. His name is Li Tailong. He is an independent contractor, a trusted, deniable asset who handles all of Josephine Tsang's more delicate operations, off the books and away from public eye. The plastic-faced man is her shadowy right hand outside the corporation. And I know how to find him. I made contact with an information broker, Xiao Zi, who works out of an abandoned night market in Shep Kip Mei. It's called the Xing House Court. It's not hard to find. Xiao Xi has gained access to the plastic-faced man's complete itinerary, where he'll be and who he works with and what sort of security he'll have. The works. You can use the information to perform an extraction. Grab him and find out what he knows.
Do you know why he has a face made out of plastic?
It's not just his face. His entire skull is synthetic. He's designed himself to be the perfect corporate operative. He's installed a unique piece of headwear, you see. It allocates and compartmentalizes client-related memories so they can be erased upon the completion of a job. As an added security measure, this cortical implant will wipe his memory if it detects he's been captured.
So we need to find a way to circumvent that implant, right? Exactly. Unless you can find a way around the cortical implant, you'll have no way to extract the information he has and figure out what happened to Raymond Black. I've done my part in this, my darling. You need to find a way to find out how to neutralize that device. I know a way. I've heard of something like this before. I met someone in the Matrix who had to shirk a similar memory wipe implant once. It was a requirement for a big job, and she pulled it off. Keep talking. Her handle is Dreamland, and I know where to find her. All that we have to do is convince her to give up the secret of how she did it. Okay, Isabel. Isabel and I will see Dreamland before we hit the information broker. Then we grab the plastic face man. No matter who you choose to help you snatch this guy, I'm going to be there when you extract the information from him about Raymond. You got it, Ryan? We should all be there. I know I want to see it. Very good, my darlings. Now listen to me. After you get what you need from the plastic-faced man, I want you to end him, understand? I need to send a very clear message that this is what happens when you mess with Kindly Cheng's operations with Kindly Cheng's people. Josephine takes Nightjar, I take a plastic-faced man. Once you snatch the plastic-faced man, Zhang will know something, and events will unfold very quickly after that. You'd best close out any pressing business you have before heading to Shek Kip Mei to seize Shao Si. Do you understand? Once I snatch the plastic-faced man, I turn off the lights in the Shadowrun store and lock the door. Check. Such a colorful way of saying it. Just be sure your affairs are in order before you head to see the information broker. Yep. Cool. So yeah, we've got the start to the final mission. Cool. That is good to know. Alright, now we head back to the boat. We go for a nap, and then we chat with people, as is tradition. Ah, no nap option. I guess we have seen whatever we needed to see with the sleep. Alright, can we hand in a job with the mission computer? Hey, you got 200 messages. Mother's notes. Hey Ranneko, here are the notes you asked for. Before you dive in, a heads up. They're a complete transcription of that list from my mother's journal, as in, they're the thoughts and ramblings of an insane woman. It's not an easy read. Another dream. This time it was near a figure. It was a near figure, a shadow, a wraith, faceless. I heard its voice, though it did not speak. And when I awoke, it was just inside my home, though I'd been in the city a moment before. Where am I? A weight dropped into me. Though I felt the words in the wraith of my skin, in the tips of my hair. I saw its mouth in my mind's eye, rows and rows of lies. Morning. I know my hand was to the paper before I even knew what I was writing. It wrote the words, these words. They cannot lie. I added it to my list. Evening. Was it a king I saw? Was I really there? Was I in the city? I was in the city. I was sure of it. How did I end up here? Was I carried back? My list is growing. Soon, with this knowledge, I will stop the kings. A step forward is a step backward. A step backward is a step forward. Each wraith has a name, a true name and a false name. Knowing their true name is knowing their weakness. To call them on their lies is to make yourself invincible. They will still try to eat you. They fear the feathers of unborn chicks. Kings must be one or the other. That is, of the negative world or positive. But positive doesn't necessarily make them good, nor negative make them bad. They simply are. Once a deal is brokered, it cannot be unmade. Kings and the planets are closely connected. When nearest the sun, their power wanes. When farther stick grows. There is only one wraith. There is only one wraith. There may be two wraiths, but there is most certainly only one wraith. They must follow the laws of the universe, rules set in motion long ago. Should they concede defeat, all is lost to them. Kings are the rulers of us all. They take from us their lifeblood, and with it parts of our souls. Do not give them what they seek. They will be you, and you will be their match. They cannot lie. Morning, I made breakfast. It fell on the floor in the shape of my death. Another truth revealed to me. I added it to my list. It's all or nothing. They are all liars. In another dream, it was in white space. I could taste the colors as if it were air. This time, no voice, just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows. A mess, I know. There's not a whole lot of significant material other than what I already picked out, but even that is contradicted within Mum's notes. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. In the meantime, I'll keep looking. Good luck on your end. And more notes. While I was browsing through Mum's journal, something struck me. We've spent so much time reading about the walled city, we haven't thought to look at it, to paint a picture of the information we've been gathering. So I contacted a friend of mine, Riley, at Deca, and asked her to pull some data for me. Her results were surprising, and for what it's worth, I think they're onto something. Riley dug up records of things like reported sleep disturbances, psychotic breaks, HKPF responses to cult activities. She found they all form a classic bullseye heat pattern around the walled city. She couldn't find any data from within the walled city itself, but the outside pattern was still enough to establish a pattern inside the slum. There's got to be more than a coincidence. It's too unnatural to be attributed to anything else. I don't know what it means yet. I've got my nose to the books. I'll let you know when I find out. One other thing, the last email I sent, the one with my mother's notes, I went ahead and rewrote it, and that took me back to the source text. I was able to pull something else from her list. It isn't much, but it seems to be consistent across her ramblings. If I'm reading it right, it's kind of like a set of rules that govern the interactions with the Yama Kings. Surprisingly bureaucratic if I'm reading it right. The most interesting tidbit is this. There's something about the king being unable to back down from a deal. It's like if they give an inch, they forfeit everything. From what I'm reading, the Yama Kings have their own code of laws, but they don't have to follow them unless you know how to call them on it. Like, they break the rules all the time, but if you can't cite a chapter and verse on which rule they're breaking, it doesn't matter to them. Approach them from a place of wisdom, though, and you can bind them with their own laws. Anyway, it's all the really arcane stuff, but I think there might be something there. I can't vouch for any of it, obviously, but when you take a step back, it sounds like crazy talk. One thing I can tell you for certain. My mother believed it was all true. If anything else comes up, you'll be the first to know. Cool. Open the jobs directory. View all active jobs. The party. Cool. Access to BBS. Post paid order for sale. We got none. Claim payment for paid order though. We totally do have some. Yep, 540 yen. New yen. Nice. Let's check the BBS. Explosions in Eastern District. Deca looking for team. Experienced Deca looking for team to run with. Potential for a longer term arrangement. Taking over the business interests of a team of runners running basic heists and occasional transport gig. I'm in contact with a reliable fixer and we'll be happy with the old team's long list. We'll be working with the old team's long list of happy clients. Requirements. 1. You must not take experimental stims during runs. 2. You must not tamper with chemicals in secret labs. 3. You must know how to properly operate a moped. 4. You must listen to your Deca when your Deca says, I don't have control of that turret yet. 5. You must have a good sense of humor. Shensen's Joe. Hey, what happened to give me some new in 888? I recognize this ad. It's his old boilerplate. His team was looking for a new Deca. What the hell happened? See the 4th item on the requirements list? Oh shit, that's nuts. Are all of them gone? Muffin Top Ninja? Captain Scone? All of them. Even Explodey Sue. I hardly got to know them, but they were good people. What a terrible loss. You had no idea who you were running the shadows with, eh? Explodey was a great war hero, tough as nails. Could have tipped the scales for Taiwan if she hadn't knocked herself out with the force of her own mana blast at a crucial moment. No shit! It gets better. Muffin Top Ninja was the most revered martial arts master in the JS until his health began to fail. He was well known for his self-deprecating humor. And Give Me Some New 888 was a great philanthropist. Every cred he earned, he poured back into helping the indigent population of Walt City where he grew up. And Captain Scone, I kind of chuckled his name, but I'm thinking there's more to it. I'll say, he was a Scottish separatist who campaigned tirelessly for the restoration of his country. When his activism drew too many enemies, he fled and became a pillar of the Scottish expat community in HK. As for his name, think Stone of Scone. These are amazing people. It just couldn't catch a break. Now this. R.I.P. I'm mortified. Wish I'd gotten to know him better. Wish I'd gotten that turret down faster. Seems like you knew him really well then. I suppose so. I'm the Deca who responded to one of their first ads. Gut said not to join him, but we developed a lot of mutual respect over the years. Never thought I'd live to see one of their Decas live. I don't suppose... Well, I'll make 2 Decas. I don't suppose you'd like to team up? No, I don't think so. And explosions in the Eastern District. Huh. She had an industrial lab. Cool. That's it. There. Alright, so because I went to that computer first and started reading there first, we're going to do the Heioi walk around first, starting with Crafty Sue, and once we're done, we'll go and talk to our companions. Unusual order, I know, but it'll be fine. Hey Crafty, how's it going? Baxter, tell me what you need and I'll see what I can do. You look dog tired, feeling alright? Why don't you take a break? Just don't work yourself to death. Can you send me a copy of the notes? You've already done it. So it's exactly the same conversation as before. That's fine. But I think we got the key piece of information. There are rules. We got some of the rules, and if we get them to back down even a little bit, we can wreck their entire deal. Look who's back. No, that's the exact same conversation. Great. That's kind of what I want to see, because it means that I've exhausted most of the dialogue trees. Hey, let's look at drones, Matthew. Okay, so now we've got the the last set of drones. Wolfhound's best support drone in a biz, Guardian hover drone, and semi-auto turret. Right, I mean $8,000. That's kind of what I want. If I sell items, what can I actually sell? Right, so these things sell for half the cost of a single drone. Ugh. Well, that's not happening, is it? Anyway, I'll earn enough cash later. Goodbye, Matthew. Or maybe I'll get it in the post-game DLC. Which, interestingly enough, I've not heard much about. I'm not sure if not many people played it, or if it wasn't received well. Or if, you know. But, like, I haven't heard people... I just haven't heard much about it, right? It's not like I've heard a lot of people saying it's bad. Shen is reclining against the stacks of cages as you approach, watching the display of a small trude player on a table. Trude displays the shimmering form of a dancing woman weaving her way through a crowded club. It seems to have been filmed via a portable recorder, or possibly someone's cyber eyes. Draped in wild clothing that scintillates with lights and holograms, the dancer slips through the crowd like living mercury. Every step and evasion is effortless. You watch the dancer weave her way up a flight of stairs, moving toward a second floor balcony. As she ascends the stairs, her hands start to crackle with energy, and points of light trace across her neck, shoulders, and spine. In the glitter and flash of the club, no one seems to notice. For a split second, she looks at the camera's point of view, smiling seductively. Keep watching, it's about to get good in a few seconds. The dancer arrives at the top floor, moving toward a particular table. The table's occupants, tribe members, judging from their tattoos, rise from where they're sitting and begin to draw weapons. Their expressions indicate they're familiar with the dancer and intend to kill her. At this point, the dancer explodes into motion. She bobs and weaves out of the way of their gunfire, fingertips flinging electricity and fire in long arcs. She seems to dance at and around the triad soldiers. Each step and beat causes an explosion of force that scatters the tables and drinks. Wreathed in the elements, the wind cuts through the triad members in an effortless pavane of destruction. I could watch Lucky Ping all day. I don't know how she works her magic, but it's a beautiful and terrifying thing to behold. I'm glad she's with the Yellow Lotus and not an enemy syndicate. That was a hell of a dance. That it is, but she's been a dancer since she was a kid. I guess when her magic just spontaneously manifested as when she was a teenager, she figured out how to channel it into whatever it is you saw. No idea how she does it. Anyway, what can I help you with? Do you like working for the Yellow Lotus? Like has nothing to do with it. I have debts to Grandfather Woe and I intend to pay them. I guess they're a good enough syndicate. We waste a lot of blood and money fighting the Red Dragon, though. Can't say I like that end of the business, since it seems like such a huge waste. If it weren't for Grandfather, I might see about getting White Ming, Steel Arm Lu, and Lucky Ping to break away. Maybe start our own thing in the turf. That's not quite so thought over. But I can't leave him. I owe him everything. Why would you split off at all? I've heard a lot of talk about the Yellow Lotus Vanguards and Incense Masters. They're dead set on eliminating the Red Dragons, despite the risk. When that kind of talk gets us around, no one's safe. It leads out to all-out warfare. Last time that happened, Jade Brotherhood got wiped out completely. It's just bad strategy to try and wipe them out. It's all this old rivalry between the elders. It's got nothing to do with the business end of things. Old vendettas get yourself killed, even if they're not yours. Tell me about your crew. They're fairly private people. Generally when I get asked a question like that, it's because someone's trying to look for something to use against me. His expression softens after a moment. You've been a decent person so far, so I guess I can tell you. White Ming and I started ourselves. Grandfather Woe took him to Wudang a year or two before he did the same for me. He made it clear that he expected payment in kind when we were old enough, so since Yellow Lotus was his organization, we joined up. At first, it was mostly small-time stuff, shell games on street corners, stuff like that. We picked up a new member after about 6 months, and things started to change. Freedom Say, Dwarf Kid, absolute murder with twin pistols. I can bring to bear in Kung Fu. That's how, the kind of focus I can bring to bear in Kung Fu, that's how he shoots. His parents named him Freedom and sent him to UCAS to live with an uncle. I guess they really wanted him to be American, want him to be really American or something. Beyond that, there's Yang, the lawyer you saw me talking to before. The 4 of us do a pretty cozy business between jobs to Steel Arm Lu and Kindly Cheng. It's not like we're in charge of much, but it beats starving, yeah? Alright. Cool. Cool. I mean, I don't know when Harebrained Schemes will go back to the well with these games. When they do, I really would like it if they included an adept as a companion. Because I've never ended up playing with one. And they've done everything else. There's always a decker. There's always a rigger. Oh, well. Actually, there's not always a rigger. Or at least sometimes the decker is a rigger. Hey, Ranneko. Big typhoon's on the way in. Better batten down the hatches. It's gonna be a kicker. Who are you, Ambrose? Really? I'm Ambrose Rokatansky, the doctor around here. Anything else I might have been is dead and gone. Know anything about an Archaeopteryx on the BBS? What, like the bird? Yeah, a little bird who I watched divert attention away from a very good rigger doc and deftly fished for information on one of Icebreaker's old associates. What? What are you implying? Wait, that's me? Hey, I'm flattered, but I really am, but I stay away from the BBS. That world's behind me. Though I suppose if I ever found someone with whom I had unfinished business, I'd be a real angry cuss. What really happened to your team? Things went bad. We got ambushed. Must not have been doing a very good job of Overwatch. That ambush killed everyone. Yeah. Eventually it even killed Karen. My liver, my kidneys, and machines in the wheelchair. Lost out my body, I'm in chronic pain. Everything is the same night. The same nightmares, they never end. If I had any part in the end of the crew, well, I've paid with almost everything, and it's still less than other. He's suddenly overcome with emotion. It seems to catch him by surprise. His poker face cracks in an agonal grimace, and tears well up in his eyes. After an instant, he masters himself, and his stony face returns. What matters now is making something productive in my life. All messed up, and I mean it when I say I'm just about the luckiest guy in the world. You're right, you are just about the luckiest guy in the world. I'm glad you understand. There's no such person as Ambrose Rokatansky, is there? Maybe I wasn't born with that name. Maybe Icebreaker's just a notorious and secretive Kong runner who vanished with his team. Maybe I never worked for him. Maybe I did. I'll tell you what's real. This clinic's real. What I do here is real. This place is as real as it comes. Karen was real. She was my friend and the heart of my story. That's real too. As far as the rest, well, some stories are too dangerous to tell. Thanks, Ambrose. Just had to ask. No problem. Enjoy your stay. But what's the deal with the typhoon? It's the first typhoon, isn't it? Typhoons grow out in the Pacific, then come crashing into the coast. Biggest ones hit Category 7. Real monsters. Unreal. This one's just a big wet hover. Streets are gonna flood, aircraft will be grounded. This one's awakened, so get ready for a lot of calm interference and get your galoshes. It's gonna be wet. Good time for running in storms. All the winds and rain obscure surveillance. Curfew clears streets. Cops and security contractors are all tied up. We're at sea level here. What will the storm surge do to Hawaii? None. The zeroing wall will seal Victoria Harbour behind a big concrete breakwater. Shuts the harbour down and keeps the sea level constant. Have you seen the harbour wall activate before? Miracle engineering. It'll stop a 2-meter surge with 7-meter wind waves. I'm surprised you're not throwing a typhoon party. Nobody is in the mood for it. I'm not crazy. I'm not either. Dreams are driving everyone crazy. Fortunately, I have special training for dealing with dreams. And your services, Cyberware? I'll need to look at the things. That could be useful, except -1 intelligence. Not great. And then the other one would be, not Syncardium, it was, where was it, 2 grand. Not Orthoskin, Encephalon, yeah. But I don't, again, like +1 intelligence doesn't actually do much unless we can use it for stuff. So I just don't think that's worth it. And in fact, I think I'd rather use maximum law to buy some sweet things. Okay. Max Z. You know what? Oh, hey. We can also upgrade our guys. Spiritualist territoriality. Those barriers is not a bad idea. I think I will use that marginally more than anything else. Bright light system allows you to stun an opponent or automatically wake up if you get stunned. Let's do the bright light system. Sabotage, recoil comp, or a stun melee attack. Let's just the crowd control, because that and subdue. I guess we're just gonna go crowd control the whole way around. Oh, actually, I'll grab the Magna Arm, I think, after that. Do we want to go all ghoul? Metal stance provides a light cover bonus, or spit a cloud. Let's go all ghoul. Raptor, Mangler, or Predator. Pierce up to 2 armor. We've been using a lot of melee attacks. Let's use more melee attacks. Also, it continues the pattern. Ares heavy laser or rip and tear. I like the stripping for armor, so I might grab that next time anyway. Okay, done. Alright, maximum law. Yo, Ranneko, how can I style out the carnival? What you need? I got some metadata for you. The recent heist at the Emperor's Tomb, the museum, the one under construction, had a specific target. Books. Really? Indeed, they were probably some sort of ancient text. And awakened monsters had invaded the tomb. Yeah. Whoa, are you serious? That's nuts! Boom! More proof for my theory the Kong is done. I give it 2 years tops before demons are something to eat everybody. Let's see what I got for you. Grab a program. Here's some surplus stock. I don't need programs. You got some new yin? I'll bill this as a data expense. One power recognize the intrinsic value of information. Information is money. Boom. It's a pleasure handling meta with you, Ranneko. Little meta is like a fresh memory defrag. It makes my whole day better. I've got some more for you. Hey, buddy. The Red Dragon Association just got framed for industrial espionage at Ares Alpha. Damn, that's cool. How'd that go down? Let's. Someone stole a prototype from Ares Asia while planting evidence. Yeah. Vicious. The buzz in the network is that they're getting chewed up right now over in Yao Tsimsong. I wonder if Ares is a chewer. Let's see what I got for you. Again, I want the cash. And I got some more metadata for you. Oh, never mind. I'm here for tech. Show me what you got. Nope. Ooh, yeah, so like, I want to get one of these two. I just, need the cash. Interesting, like, oh right, this is better IP. But like this, I think I'd rather just get this than either of these. Okay, yeah, like, actually all this adds is more hit points, basically. And I think I'd rather save a little bit of cash. In fact, I can already do that now. So if I sell my rig, yep, I can then buy this rig, and it's almost as good as this one. Yep, let's just get the slim case. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Tailored for aggressive decking. Yep, sounds wonderful. Alright, see you later. Alrighty, that is, I think, our Heoi convo. It's a relatively quick one. So what we've got now is chatting with our crew. Okay, and then we're going to go to a party, I reckon. So, Duncan, you want to chat? The clanking of metal, followed by grunts from hard exercise, erupt from the hatchway of Wu's cabin. First thing you notice when you enter is its renewed cleanliness. The food cans are gone, and his equipment is neatly laid out on his bedding. Everything is in place. Next thing you notice is the smell. It's like a middle school locker room in July. Wu finishes his jumping jacks and grabs a towel off his bunk. His exposed flesh gleams with perspiration. Hey, how's it going? Better. I let myself wallow for a while, now it's time to turn things around. We have work to do. What's your deal? Still thinking about Edward Sang? Compartmentalized him. Edward Sang is a topic in a file cabinet in my head. I'm only thinking about Raymond now, finding out what happened to him. What really happened to him. Taking it a moment at a time, huh? That's me, Mr. Focus. Getting close to the plastic-faced man, Duncan. I know, I haven't stopped thinking about him the moment we first saw him in that video, the one where he attacked Raymond in the tea house. Listen, Ryan, not going to press you to take me with him, when you head out to snatch him. You get the right people for the job, then you get the job done, okay? But I want to be there when you interrogate him. I want to hear what he has to say with my own ears. You going to have a problem with that? No, of course not. Good, we're brothers. I'd hate to have to mess you up. He flashes his pearly whites. Like I said, you can take me with you on the run or not. It's your call. But I intend to be there for the fun part. Oh, we'll both have fun with Mr. Plasticface. Good. Let's go to town on him. This is a guy who knows what the hell's going on. The one who may have killed Raymond. I'm gonna squeeze him until I find out what his fucking ancestors know. We'll do what we've got to do to get the answers we need. Damn right. You told me you were resentful when I took off, but maybe it was about how Raymond handled that thing with Double Tray. No, it was about you disappearing for 8 years without a word, but we're past that now. But that was a messed up night. A lot of things happened, and I wouldn't be surprised if some, I don't know, emotions got jumbled together. About the fight with Raymond? Yeah, mostly. We butted heads before. I've broken plenty of his rules in the past, but I've never seen him so disappointed. Not sure why. Why don't you just start walking through it from the beginning? Start with when Lockjaw showed up at Ray's house. Well, this was 2045, years after the summer we moved in with Raymond. Hadn't seen DT or Lockjaw or any of the gang forever. Raymond's rules. No contact with our hoodlum friends. No visit in the squad just to check up on them. Right, he insists on a clean break. Exactly. He wanted us focused on our future, not bogged down in past mistakes. The way I remember it, we woke up in the middle of the night and there was Lockjaw, standing in our room covered in blood. My first thought was, Raymond is gonna kill us. Can you imagine? There's a teenage stateless Indian covered in blood in our bedroom. My first thought was, I might get in trouble. I just started a new life. We're safe for the first time ever. We didn't want to blow it. I know I didn't want to go back to the Barrens. We had it good at Raymond's. Wu throws his elbow behind him, twists at the waist. So look, Joe's bleeding all over our bedroom, and you're whisper yelling, Where's TT? What the hell happened to Double Tray? 5 minutes later, we were dressed in black on our way back to the Barrens. We had to. Of course, if it wasn't for Double Tray, neither of us would be here right now. DT was the one who took us to Teen Center, introduced us to Raymond. Man, that was a messed up night. The 162s had overrun the Leary squad. Better positioned to take on the nukes. Bed's on Tusk were bleeding out. The Hernandez family was half-eaten, and little Joe, that streetwalker with the electric false eyelashes, was lying on the floor in 2 parts. But we got Double Tray out alive. He was the only one, though. I can still hear Lockjaw screaming as the ghouls took him down. And when the 162s wanted something, they did not play. Anyway, all that was just lead up. It still speaks to my state of mind that night. Why I wouldn't back down when Raymond met us at the door. You two really went at it. We both had the strength of the righteous. You and I had broken his rules out of loyalty, out of gratitude. He just didn't get that. But can you see it from his perspective? Now I can, yeah. He didn't think we'd just broken his rules so that we backslid. He thought we'd been playing with him the whole year. There was still street hoods. No wonder we were so furious. He felt betrayed. But you were able to get him to calm down and see reason, get him to see my side of things. All you said was that one thing, that thing he said his mother used to say to him when he was being obstinate. What the hell was it? Let's say, listen to what you know instead of what you fear. Listen to what you know instead of what you fear. Yeah, I know that what you fear thing really got to him. Still not sure why. Using his mother's words on him really did the trick. I wonder what kind of childhood he had. The way he looked at you after that. Crazy, he was furious with you, but all I did was quote his mother and I got the big chill. Maybe he's got mommy issues. Who knows? Maybe I've got a few daddy issues to deal with too. Guess we should try and keep an open mind when we see him. Yeah, let's talk later. Anytime. Except that you've been giving me the brush off for most of this game, so I don't know about any time. Okay, Izzy, anything new? Expression screen. Ranneko, I've come to a decision. I want these memories out of my head. They're an unpleasant distraction and I was happy without them. When this is all over, I'm deleting them. To hell with locking them away again. I'm going to purge my childhood altogether. Shred the memories and move on. As an added bonus, it'll clear up a lot of head memory. I'm thinking I could sell some Simpsons recordings. Make it so when I try and remember the past, I get summers on the beach instead of sorrow and pain. Well, look, these memories are a part of you. And they've changed you. Purging them will kill that part of you again. Oh yeah? Good. That part of me knows this shit will be better off dead. The rest of me will be a whole lot happier too. Let's say... Look, that might be true. I'm not in a position to say, or look... Yeah, sure. I saw shooting the Barons that I'd probably be happy to forget too. But living through those experiences made me stronger. Good for you. I don't want to be strong. Not if this is the price. I'm the one who has to live with this thing. Don't waste your breath telling me not to get rid of it. Alright, I guess you're here with more questions. Let's get them answered. Alright, Walled City. Is there anything else you can tell me about the Yama Kings? Yeah, I've got another one for you if you want. I can't say if this is based on any truth or not, but that's for you to decide. But it was always popular when I was growing up, especially with the other kids my age. You'll see why we liked it in the end. Alright, lay it on me. Okay, this is about a boy named Gordon Yam and how he saved his mother from a fate worse than death. As the story goes, Gordon was the cleverest boy in the Walled City. He could steal whatever he liked without getting caught, could sneak into any room unseen, could talk his way past any grown-up that might try to stop him. You get the picture. A real hero figure for the 9-year-old set. So one day, Gordon's mother fell ill. It was a bloody flux brought on by a curse. It was going to kill her. She told Gordon that he should accept her death. The curse had come from a Yama King and there was no medicine that could prevent it from claiming her. She begged him to run, to escape the Walled City and use his cleverness to make a life for himself somewhere far away. Gordon loved his mother, and he refused to obey her request. Instead, he searched high and low for a way to save her. For a long time, nothing came to him, but finally he happened upon an old man who told him about a powerful Yama King that could cure any ill for a price. Which Yama King? One of the ones that you've told me about, or a different one? Different. He doesn't have a name, or he did, but because of what happened, speaking it is taboo. The story is a little fuzzy on the details. We always just called him the Nameless King. So Gordon went out in search of the Nameless King. He made his way through Triad territory, past the Throwgangers, the Organleggers, you know the drill. Eventually he made it to the Walled City, the inner Walled City, where he found the Nameless King's court. The human servants of the Nameless King took Gordon to stand before the creature they worshipped, and Gordon proposed his deal. Nameless King, he said, I need your help. My mother is dying from an ill that only you can cure. That may be so, said the Nameless King, but what is it to me? What will you offer me if I spare her? If you will restore her to health, I will join your court in repayment. I, the cleverest boy in the Walled City, I will serve you loyally and well. The Nameless King was excited then, for he knew of Gordon's cleverness and coveted the little boy's soul. Gordon pulled a braid of his mother's hair from his pocket and held it out before the Nameless King. A lock of my mother's hair, O King, he said. Cure her of this flux, and I am yours to command as you please. The Nameless King worked his magic, and the Gordon's mother was cured. No, when the Nameless King turned on Gordon, he laughed in the monster's face. I have tricked you, Nameless King. For my mother was the property of another of your kind. In curing her, you have robbed a Yama King of his dinner. The Nameless King raged and turned on Gordon, his razor-blade fingers flexing wide, but before he could bring his arm down in a killing stroke, it was caught in the grasp of 1,000 hooks, claws, and fangs, the Yama King's, all of them. "You have stolen from one of your own kind, brother. Her life was not yours to save." Gordon slipped away as the Yama Kings descended on their brother. He did not watch as they tore the Nameless King apart and bathed in his steaming viscera. He made his way home to his mother, who was cured. And that was the one time a living boy outwitted a Yama King. She stretches, cracking her back. Her clears her throat awkwardly. And that's the story. Like I said, you can see why we liked it. It's basically a fairy tale. The little boy wins in the end. It's the only story about the Yama Kings that contains even a shred of hope. What do you think it means? I don't know. It probably doesn't mean anything. It's probably just a story. You're the one who asked. There's a man here in Hawaii who was writing about the Yama Kings. His hair had gone white with fear, and I watched him die. Yeah, it happened a bit when I was a kid. Not often, but occasionally. People would have bad dreams and then become obsessed with them, consumed by their own dread. When I was a kid, we viewed it as a kind of local malady, dream madness. It mostly affected people with other kind of problems, dementia, paranoia, phobias, that kind of thing. And so people would just shrivel up and die because of dreams? Basically. But like I said, it didn't happen often. I remember one old woman, Auntie Waikong. She had a skin like parchment paper, baked egg tarts for the neighborhood kids. We liked her. She was good. One day, Auntie Waikong didn't come out of her apartment. She was always up and about by 6 or 7 in the morning. Part of her routine. For her to sleep past noon was unthinkable. Naturally, the grown-ups presumed she'd pass in the night. She was old and frail. It's bound to happen sooner or later, so a neighbor, Mr. Ejida, went in to check on her and collect the body. What did he find? She wasn't dead. What he found was much worse than that. Oral surgery was involved. You don't want to hear the rest. Yes, I do. You recovered the memories for us. The least I can do is listen to them. Alright, you're cool. She'd been busy that morning. She put her knife skills to work on her own tongue, carved it out, plated it, and ripped off most of her teeth for garnish. She'd bitten down on a coal from the fireplace to keep from bleeding out. Do you think a dream made her do that? Yes, she did what she did to protect herself from the Kenya. The old story said that Kenya would claim she's a slave by tying her tongue into a knot. No tongue, no slavery. The old woman didn't want to take any chances. Unfortunately for Mr. Ejida, she didn't want him to take any chances either. She was a sweet old thing, always looking out for her neighbors. Thanks to her dreams, she knew what was at stake. She wanted to help. The other adults didn't make it into Auntie Waikong's apartment in time to save Mr. Ejida's jaw. It was hanging by a thread by the time she got there. She'd always had a steady hand with a cleaver. Did he live? Yes, but I think he wished he hadn't. Replacing his jaw is expensive, and Mr. Ejida had no money. He had to settle for a life of miserable silence, hiding the wound in his face and slurping broth through a tube. Oof. As for Auntie Waikong, she suffered an aneurysm, dropped dead as the grown-ups were trying to get her to what passed as a clinic in the Mansion District. But she died with a smile on her face. She knew her soul was safe. That's all for now. Can we talk about something else? Anything else? Any thoughts about Last Run? You know what drives me crazy about Gobbet? She does shit like this all the time. She doesn't think about anything, not the risks she takes, the consequences of her actions, or how her behavior can hurt her friends. She just jumps in headfirst in whatever crazy scheme she's got in her head. Damn everyone else. Maybe after all this she'll finally learn a lesson. I have to say, I didn't expect to go off the sinking ship without blowing it apart. My money was on setting fire to the whole contraption and letting it burn, but you really pulled out all the stops. I can't believe we had to face down some kind of rat demon god thing, but we did. I'm sure there's a lesson in there somewhere, but I'll be damned if I know what it is. Alright, I gotta go, Izzy. Sure, drop by any time. Alright, Gobby. Stepping into Gobbet's cabin, you find her crouching on the floor. She appears to be midway through a valiant struggle against an enormous pastry. Her cheeks bulge out like a chipmunk's, and wispy threads of pork floss hang from her crumb-speckled lips. She glances up at you, eyes wide in alarm. Oof! Her jaw works to manage the enormous quantity of crispy dough in her mouth, but she doesn't seem to be making much headway. Oof! Just, you know, between the two of you, my money's on the pastry. Oof! She struggles to move her jaw, but her mouth is stuffed too full for her to make much headway. She gestures feebly towards a pitcher of water on the ground near her feet. You got yourself into this. I want to see you get out of it. Think of it as a spectator spot. Her eyes narrow, her cheeks overstuffed as they are. The effect is less threatening than it is comical. Urgh! She raises her hands, fingers splayed, and holds them at shoulder height. A typical spellcasting posture. You look less like a shaman than you do a stage magician with an eating disorder. Scowling through her cheeks, wadded with pastry, she rises from her perch and stalks over to you. She snatches the pitcher off the ground, lifts it to her mouth and tilts it back. As the water pours it into her mouth, she's slowly able to work through the food stored in her cheeks. Finally, she lowers the water pitcher, coughing. Okay, yeah, note to self. The pastry terrace on Prince Edward Road makes him dry. She takes another swig from the pitcher. Moist green apple and jelly trot on my ass. That thing was like a dessert made of pig. Maybe you shouldn't have tried to cram the entire thing into your mouth at once? I was challenging myself. Besides, it wasn't a whole pastry, it was just half of one. She lifts the remaining pastry for your inspection. The pork flush that coats its exterior looks almost festive. It's more reminiscent of a beige curly tinsel than is of food. You, want the rest? Thanks, but no, I was hoping we could talk. She drops the mangled pastry into a clean pot on the floor. Suit yourself, I'll have it later. So, you probably want to talk about what happened on the raft, eh? I think in your place, I probably would. I mean, that was kind of a thing, right? Yeah, let's talk about what happened on the sinking ship. Yeah. We can do that. First off, I should thank you. You and Iz came to help me, even though I didn't ask you to, or want you to. Actually, I should be upset about that. But the important thing is you did help me, and I'm not going to say I couldn't have handled it without you, but it would have been really, really dicey. You can say that again. The situation on the raft was pretty bad. Yeah, it was definitely that. On the bright side, we overthrew Malvina, put the raft back in Kat's hands, and that feels pretty great. The shiny object is at the bottom of Hung Hom Bay, lodged in a bank of silt and crab shit. That's pretty much where it belongs. But I gotta admit, something's gnawing at me. Before you and Iz showed up, I was gonna sink the raft. Gotten halfway through arming the charges, and I was gonna send the whole sinking ship down in flames. Everyone on them would have died. Cad and Yasmin, all of them. All because I've made up my mind early and didn't want to change it. Kind of makes me think, how many times before now have I done what seemed like the right thing? You know, followed my gut, like I taught you, without realizing there was a better option. This whole introspection thing kind of sucks, gotta say. It's much more comforting to just assume all my past decisions were right. Yeah, you know what, Ranneko? You don't help my mood any. Kind of having a tough time over here. She begins to pace, kicking piles of dirty clothing and blankets out of the way. Thrusting her hands into her pockets, she fishes out madness and folly and tosses them down to her cot. Don't do this very often. Reflecting is for mirrors, not devastatingly attractive street shamans. I don't know how you hand-ringers deal with feeling this way. Well, it's pretty simple. We acknowledge our mistakes and our near misses. We own up to them. Okay, pretty much got that step. What's next? What comes after this? After you've suffered through your embarrassment for a while, you try and learn something from it. Huh, you're always boring, Ranneko. It's complicated. It comes with way too many bad feelings. But yeah, I get it. There's probably even some value in there. But I'm never going to start second-guessing everything I do. That isn't me. Maybe you could start with second-guessing some things when new information presents itself. What a novel concept. Yeah, Ranneko, I can do that. And from now on I will. Cross me heart. Anyway, things turned out the way they did, and I don't know what would have happened if I tried to do something different, but there's one thing I can say for certain. Things are better in Hung Hom Bay than they were before we went to the sinking ship. We did some good out there. That's something. Yeah, but I didn't go out there to save Hung Hom Bay. I did it to help you. Mission accomplished then. And come to think of it, there are two things I can say for certain. Want to hear the second? Lay it on me. I think Rat's happy the shiny object's gone. That, or maybe that stupid egg thing did something to me. I don't know for certain. Either way, something's different. I can feel it in my gut. You sure that came from Rat? Of course I am. I had a vision. It had colourful lights, dancing rodents, and wax. When the world came back into focus, this magic marble was in my hand. Neat, huh? She tosses a stone into the air and catches it with her other hand. Now, I don't know quite how it works yet, but I'm sure it does something. I mean, it has to. Rat wouldn't give me just a normal rock. She's a trickster and all, but that'd be mean. So mark my words, next time we're in the field and something magical is going to happen, I mean literally magical. This will be a journey of discovery for both of us. Cool, me too. And Ranneko, thank you. I really mean it. You can fly by my side anytime. Thanks, Gubbit. Cool. So I think that is everyone's mission done except Wu, aka Gunsure, because I'm not even sure he has a personal mission beyond you know, the plastic face man stuff. And even that isn't a typical one. But that's probably the closest thing. So, where do we go from here? Forward, my friend. Always forward. Silently, Crochet studies you. Its articulated pedipalps weaving hypnotically. You will join me, won't you? The future beckons for the both of us equally. Follow me, and I will guide you into a better tomorrow. I can think of nothing that would please me more. We'll agree to disagree about your perfect future. For the present, though, you have my support. Very good, my friend. If nothing else, I will have ample time to convince you. But in the immediate future, there is a small matter of the walled city to contend with. I will, of course, continue to help you as best I can. I need allies as badly as you do, and it is my best interest to keep them. Glad to have you with us, Rector. It isn't often another guy gets a chance to work with the man of the future. No, I suppose not. And if you will excuse me... Yep, I know the drill. I'll show myself out. You'll see, you know me so well. It is as if we share a single mind. Goodbye. So yeah, I think we're definitely getting to the end of most of these conversations, which is good. It means less time on cooldown, more time on cool runs. Welcome back, Ranneko. Have a good night. And the same to you, my friend. Yep, definitely. So, next time, we're going to a party. Until then, have a great evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.